What is up, guys? It is your boy Winster back at it again with another video. Today we are talking about the newly announced ban list, December 19th, going into effect January 1st. We have so much to talk about, so I'm going to try to keep this intro short. But before we get into it, guys, please consider subscribing, turn on the notifications, and also be sure to check out the description box. I have my Discord, TikTok, Twitch, Twitter. Everything is going to be on there, but you could be part of the action, all right? But let's jump right into today's content. All right, let's go ahead and save the best for last. Let's talk about the Unlimited first. The Unlimited definitely has a lot of things going. And the whole ban list overall has so many cards, but I do also want to say a lot of the cards I genuinely do not know what they are. They were hitting their peak when I wasn't even playing the game. Moving forward, I do apologize if I don't really understand what was the meta back then. Infernity Archfiend, I don't even know that card's name. But obviously it's a pretty big deal. I know Infernity, the archetype. I genuinely did not know what they do. I just started watching the anime, funny enough, and that's when Infernities like really came to be, 5D specifically. And I know they really work with cards not being in their hand, and I think it's this card or Infernity Barrier that have been banned for a really long time or limited or something along those lines. So I'm happy for the Infernity community. I'm happy for y'all. Kashtira Unicorn. Phenomenal card. Kashtira was a super strong deck, right? Locking out your zones. If you guys watch the YCS streams, these motherfuckers would literally not let you play Yu-Gi-Oh, right? And not by like floodgating you. They literally just block a zone. And I've seen 6 zones blocked, right, in one combo. And at their peak, they were just almost unstoppable, right? Because blocking the zones, the walking macrocosmos that was a Rise Heart, with that deck being, dissected the previous ban list, or the previous couple of ban lists, I could understand why the Unlimited, because Kashtira isn't really doing anything. It's archetype without a boss monster, without an end board, right? They just kind of throw shit together and hopefully it works. Not to say that the deck, the strategy is bad. It's just there's no real boss monster to end on. Mind Control. Mind Control is an old fucking card. I literally forgot the text on this card. Let me see. Target a monster your opponent controls until the end phase. Take control of that target. Take control of that target, but it cannot declare attack or be tributed. It doesn't matter if it can attack or be tributed. We're just gonna link. We're gonna use that card as Exceed material. We're gonna synchro. I guess it can be tributed. I mean, who really cares? But I mean, with Change of Heart being at 1, I do see maybe Change of Heart going to be unlimited very, very soon. If Mind Control could be unlimited, what's the difference between that and Change of Heart? Spellbook of Judgment. I wasn't playing around that time. I think when that deck was super strong is when I had left the game for like a year and a half. Before, right? Like I think the first couple of like spellbook cards had come out, and the deck wasn't as good as it was when it was at peak. Yeah, I genuinely don't know what this card does, but I'm happy that card went to Unlimited. Upstart Goblin, man. I remember when I was first understanding Yu-Gi-Oh, and that card was at 1, right? It's just a draw a card, and you give your opponent 1,000 life points. So effectively that's making your 40 card deck 39 cards, so that increases your ratio. But I mean, considering how strong Droll is and how popular Droll is, I don't know if Upstart is really going to do much, right? Because if you start your turn with an Upstart, you're kind of locked out of searching. Realistically, yes, you make your deck into a 37 card deck or 3 less cards, but how really good is it in the current format with Droll running around in almost in every sideboard, or if not the main? Pot of Desires being at 3. Look, if Pot of Prosperity could be at 3, Pot of Desires definitely could be at 3. That card is so broken, right? You search 6 cards deep and you get whatever card that you need. You could get a hand trap, you could get a combo starter. There's so much that you could actually just get off of the card. So why not have Pot of Desires? A little bit less restrictive, but a bigger price tag on it, I'm with it. I'm with Pot of Desires. Let it rock, bro. Sprite starter. Even though Sprite hasn't been hit other than starter, it's not doing a lot, right? Like the engine, Sprite is a very good engine. Do not mistake my words. It's a strong engine, consistent engine, and it works with so many. But I think that's the problem with Sprite. Because it could just be splashing everything, and everything that it is splashed in is like somewhat kind of mid a little bit. Definitely in the right hands and the right pilot, it could do phenomenal work. Yo, this semi-limited is kind of mid. I genuinely think this card needed to go to 1. It's too strong. It's definitely not once per turn. That shit is incorrect. That needs to go to 1. That shit is too goddamn good. I wanted more of the Pearly cards, maybe like the continuous face-up spell, like maybe that one's really, really good. The field spell that gives fucking protection, I think is a big hit being at 2, right? Because you're not drawing 3 fucking cards, right? I've seen it happen. Dino Wrestler like Pinkertops. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if Pink has any other effect, but I do know the popping effect, but I think if Fenrir could be at 3, which is probably the most commonly used staple at the moment right now, next to Ash. If Kashtira Fenrir could be at 3, I do not understand why Pinkertops cannot be at 3. Speedroid Terratop. I do not know what this card does. Speedroid Terratop. Let's see what this card does. Speedroid Terratop came out when I was like still playing the game, which is funny. If you control no monsters, you can summon this card from your hand. When this card is normal or special, you could add 1 Speedrun monster from your deck to your hand. I can see why this card got banned. Or, hit. This is like... That shit is actually pretty good. If it was at 1 this whole time, being at 2, super good, right? Non-restrictive, just fucking special summons itself. If you control no monsters, it's a level 3. Like, maybe it's a little bit of an awkward level, but, like, that's so good. It's just an extra body. Bam, special, and then, get some shit off. Okay, let's go over the limited list. And I think... this is probably the best part of this whole ban list. Look at this. Let's go ahead and go over it. Snatch and fucking Steal, man. Going second decks are just gonna go live, man. They're just gonna go live. With Mind Control, Change of Heart, Snatch and Steal, we snatching up them motherfucking monsters. Ib the World Chalice, Justiar. Let's look into it. Ib the World Chalice, Justiar. Let's see what this card does. So it is a level 5 synchro, so 3 and a 2. Spellcaster 2. Oh, it's a tuner too. Okay, 1 tuner, so it's generic. For this card, Synchro Summon, you can treat 1 World Chalice normal monster you control as a tuner. You can only use each of the following effects of Ib the World Chalice Justiar. Once per turn, this card is Synchro Summon, you could add 1 Lord Legacy card from your deck to your hand. Okay? This card is Synchro Summon and sent to the graveyard. You can special summon 1 Chalice monster from your deck. Okay. I think this card is okay to come off the ban list. No one's using World Chalice cards. This obviously came out at a time when I wasn't playing. Obviously, it was a huge enough threat back then to go on the ban list. So I definitely see that this card is okay to come off the ban list, going to the limited. But Sun Avalon Healer and Sun Avalon Dryast? Let's go. Rika is fucking annoying, right? Like, obviously, they have probably the same problem like Vanadium does, right? They just search so much and they're nib. But I do think that these are phenomenal hits. But I think this is probably like the best part. There could only be one Rivalry of the Warlords and goes and match all to 1 annoying Floodgates. Skill Drain is still going to be a thing. Summon Limit is going to still be a thing. And Anti-Spell. Should those cards have been added on here? I think so. I think those cards should have definitely be added on there. Those cards are too powerful. Literally shut down decks in a heartbeat, right? Is that a misstep for Konami? Maybe. Maybe they could add a little bit more. Yeah, no, I'm glad that those Floodgates are gone. Or Crust Harp Horror. What does this card do? I genuinely do not know. Okay, so you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon 1 Orcrust monster from your deck except this card. Also, you can special summon for except dark monsters. You can... back in the day, I could understand this card, but like, this card is doing nothing right now. Obviously, these are kind of like remnants of past, right? Like, some of these cards have been on the ban list for so long, and where that deck that they came in, or they were most popular in, or strongest in, just aren't doing anything anymore, because they've been power creep so much. So coming off the ban list isn't going to really change too much. It'll be insane if that deck comes back, like World Chalice or Orcus monsters, or I don't know how the deck works, but it'll be crazy to see that deck come back. Cause I personally never saw it. Redux Dragon, Ruler of Boulders. So again, another deck. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you could banish you could banish a total of 2 monsters and/or dragon monsters from your hand and/or graveyard. Except this card, special summon this card during your opponent's end phase. That's pretty good. During the end phase of this card, a special summon and return it to the hand. You can discard 1 card. You can discard this card and 1 earth monster to the graveyard, then target 1 monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target. If this card is banished, you could add 1 earth dragon type monster from your deck. You couldn't use. Again, I think it falls in the same line as as everything that we've discussed so much, right? A lot of these cards just aren't doing much anymore, right? Like, not that they're bad cards by any means, but they're just not doing anything in the meta, and they're okay to come off. I kind of wanted the other one. Rescue Ace, man, such a strong deck. Obviously, with Sinful Spoils package, I think it's up there in the OCG as like the best deck. But like this deck is just so strong. This card is normal summon a special to add 1 Rescue Ace spell from your deck, emergency or any other one that you need. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you trip this card from your hand or face up on the field. Why is that a quick effect? Special summon this monster from your hand, except this card you can only use each effect of Rescue Ace once per turn. Yeah, this card is fucking broken. This is the card that should have got hit. I don't know why Konami was like, yo, let me hit this fucking other card, right? And maybe they're starting to build on top of it, maybe for future ban lists. But this is the deck that needs to be, or this is the card that needed to be hit. Set the fucking floor. Yeah, you could ash it. You could, or oh wait, no, you can't even ash it, right? Special summon during your main phase, you could set up to 4 Rescue it. Like, that's so crazy. You can't even ash this fucking thing, right? Fuck that. The only real counter to it is obviously negating the effect overall or effect veiler imperm. Fuck that. I want this motherfucker hit. This is the best card in the archetype. Easy to summon as well. Like, come on, bruh. Come on, man. Unchained Solar Shavara. That's the quick play, right? The fucking annoying one. I hate that one, right? I hate that one. Yeah, I hate this motherfucker. I hate this motherfucker so much, but this is such a good card. I'm kind of shocked that Unchained wasn't hit as much. I think Unchained needs a little bit more, right? The Link 2, that card is fucking annoying. The one that links off your monsters, like that one's fucking annoying too. There's so many other things that could have been hit. Did they hit the right one? I think so. I think that was a good hit. I think limiting that fucking card is really, really good. I think it's setting up the same thing as like the other Rescue Ace Airlifter. I think they're setting up for the next couple of ban lists. Hopefully we see some of those cards get hit, right? Let's talk about the Forbidden. Jesus, Lord have mercy. But we got Agito and Kelbic hit. No more motherfucking milling. 5 off the fucking rip. And then if they mill into another one, they fucking get another mill. Let's fucking go, bro. Let's fucking go. Should they have gotten hit? Probably not, because they weren't doing too much in the current format. Well, I, for one, am a tier hater, right? Do the jellyfish. Oh, yeah. Probably Nickelodeon has that shit fucking copyrighted, so we're not gonna try it. But I'm fucking glad, man. I'm fucking glad. I don't have to deal with that shit no more. I don't have to. Yeah, I am just so glad. I am glad that they both got hit. No, Isolde, I think, is probably the biggest. I don't know, man. All these hits on the Forbidden list are pretty good. And this card is Link Summon. You can add 1 warrior monster from your deck to your hand, but for the rest of the turn, you cannot normal summon or special summon monsters with that name, nor activate their monsters' effects. You can send any number of equipped spells with different names from your deck to the graveyard. Like, that alone, it feels like an effect at resolution, but that's fucking cost, right? And Infernobles, like, like, come on, like, that's so fucking good, bruh. And then the effect, you special summon 1 warrior monster from your deck whose levels equal the number of cards sent to the graveyard. They're gonna fucking hand loop you, bruh. Right? They're gonna summon the fucking the Neil Scout. What, I don't know the card's name, but he's like little baby, like chibi Neils, right? and they're gonna just search your hand and get rid of whatever hand trap is gonna fuck them up. I think overall this is still pretty good. I don't think Isolde being banned is gonna really stop the deck. I think the deck is still gonna be really, really good. And I do see it being a very popular deck even in the future. Is it gonna do as good? Maybe not. But only time can tell. I'm sure that, you know, Noble Knight fans are gonna, you know, just still play the deck and figure out how to like still play it even with the Solde ban. Konami did a phenomenal job. Maybe, hopefully, they're gonna start listening to their community even more. And I just hope that in the future that we get ban lists like this, right? And what I mean like this, like maybe of this size. That is gonna be it for today's video, guys. Let me know what you guys think of the ban list. Let me know what you guys think of my thoughts. What cards did they miss? What cards did they get right? I want to get your guys' opinion on this. This is about you guys. Be sure to let me know in the comment section. But do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Winston, and I'll check you guys out later. Peace out.